We are the best in basement radio and the voice of Rollins College. I am your host, yours truly, Whitney Costner. Rolling on some Dayquil and antibiotics. That's right. Thanks for bearing with me here this afternoon. I just kind of let the music do the talking, you know. But right now, right this very second, I have some very special guests here live in the studio. How you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Orlando's own of Valley is right here.
Right here.
Thanks
for having us.
Thank you so much for coming in this afternoon. You fine strapping lads. Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Well, I'm Andy. I play bass guitar.
And I am Joe. I sing and play guitar.
And I'm Rob. I play drums.
We're missing my twin brother Mike.
Aww.
But he's here in spirit, though.
Well, thank you guys for stopping in. I know it was quite the adventure. I know you hit a couple balls out there at the baseball field on the way. I know. We're in the bomb shelter down here. It's like our secret
cool. I was
spot.
surprised.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and in there, in the big CD room, like it's super duper refrigerated in there. We're preserving the CDs for future generations. It's how we roll.
My photo in there. I think that's one of the most epic rooms I've seen in a
Definitely.
while.
Impressive, yeah.
Definitely.
Meet me on the dance floor.
This room is pretty awesome.
So awesome.
Meet me on the dance floor. Is your heart beating fast like mine? 'Cause if not, I'll be gone for good.
That was Meet Me on the Dance Floor. I love that track. It's like toe tapping and makes me want to get my dancing shoes on.
Isn't it beautiful?
To get on the dance floor and get down and get funky.
Yeah.
Seriously.
That's what we're built for.
And that has the cutest video for it too, with this little robot guy, and it was filmed at the Cameo, wasn't
the Cameo
it?
here.
Yeah. And Stephen Shea directed
Absolutely.
it, right?
Stephen Shea at Abysmal.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
woot woot. I'm sure he's listening. He's got to be listening right
Got
now.
to be.
If he's not, I'm gonna twist his arm. I'm here with Joe, Andy, and Rob of Valleys. So tell me about the making. Since we got a little taste of the EP, tell me about the making of the EP. I see that you worked with the only James Paul Wisner, the legendary producer, based out of Orlando, actually, believe it or not, and he's done some great productions for tons of major label bands, but also a lot of local bands too. So tell me about like the process working with him and writing this record and all that.
Well, it was phenomenal. It was awesome for starters. But Andy and I used to actually play in another band. We did that for a while, and James came out and saw us with our other band. We played a show at the Florida Music Festival a few years back, and James was there, saw it, and then the next night we actually, and I hadn't talked to James before that, but we had a mutual friend, an engineer, and the next night I went to a show at the House of Blues, and James was there, and we just kind of got to talking. He said that he really liked the set, and he'd like to work with us on a future project. Well, that old band broke. We went on a tour, and then that band broke up, and we ended up, Andy and my brother and I, Mike and I, started writing this album, you know, that you just heard that single from. And it was really organic because, you know, I feel like previously we've kind of not necessarily rushed writing an album, but you're busy touring and you're busy doing all these things. And because that other band had broken up and we were starting something from scratch, we really wanted to lay a solid foundation. So we were able to take 2 years off and write and record and do something totally organic. Nothing was rushed, and this is what we got. So it was awesome. And working with James, we did half in 2 home studios actually, which was kind of a new experience for us. But it was awesome. So we split our time between the engineer's house and James Paul Wisner's house in St. Cloud, and it was awesome. It's awesome to work with someone, you know, who really knows this stuff. And this is the first album we did pre-production on, which really helped us out as well. So in pre-production, a lot of people, they might not know what that is, but it's just kind of working through songs, getting the backbone, you know. And Mike and I would come in with our guitars, and Andy would come in, and we would, you know, what we thought was a chorus, James is like, well, that's a great pre-chorus, you know, now let's rethink this chorus and let's rework this. And you know, so it was phenomenal. It was a great experience overall, and I've never been more proud. You know, we've put out, as musicians, Rob included, you know, we've put out several records, you know, but I think going forward, I have absolutely no regrets about this one, and I think that says a lot for that whole organic experience.
It's your baby.
It's my baby, boo. Yeah, totally.
Well, where can we find it? Let's do a little plug for like the website and the MySpace, if anybody's still on MySpace.
MySpace,
Yeah,
yeah,
help 'em.
absolutely.
But the Facebook and all that good stuff. But are you guys on iTunes with this? Like, how can we find this music?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you can. The easiest place to go is on iTunes and just search for Of Valleys and Key to the City. That's the album name. That'll pop up. And it's like $6. It's a 7-song EP that we put out, but it's just a couple bucks, and we've actually been doing really, really well on iTunes. So I meant to tell you guys, a couple hundred, which is pretty great.
Yay! Not
in
too
a
shabby.
short month or two. So, but that's great. But if we have a portal website, it's just www.ofvalleys.com, and that you can get to everywhere. We have a merch store and everything like that. And you know, if you like to support local music and want to help write our success story, go there, buy something, and then come on out and hang out with us.
And of course, we always have the physical CDs at all the shows and stuff as well. So.
I was gonna say, if you like what you hear,
Yeah.
you can pick up a copy of your Of Valleys EP. And I'm liking what I'm hearing, so I want to play another song from this EP. I think the next one you wanted to play was Alarms. Give me a little bit of a lead-in on this.
Well, you know, the album that we wrote, Key to the City, it's a concept album, and a lot of people don't know that, but it tells a story of best friends hanging out for a weekend, and it follows in particular one lead character, and this isn't written anywhere online, so nobody really knows that, but Whitney, you're getting the scoop right now.
I love the explosive scoop. Give it
But
to me.
you know, it's a concept album, so by the time you hear Alarms, which is, what track is Alarms?
5.
5.
Mhm.
So
5 of 7.
we've already passed the Friday night meeting with our friends. We've already met them on the dance floor. And Alarms is the next morning, and
Ooh,
and
the
you're
morning
waking
after.
up, and at this point, you don't have any regrets, and you're waking up with someone that's very familiar next to you, and you're loving life. You know, you're king of the castle. You're on top of the world. It's been a great weekend, and you're not ready to let go.
Nice. Of Valleys, Alarms on the Woody Costa Radio Show. Yay.
That was good. You know it.
Yeah,
That was really good.
You know that was good.
Good job, man.